all heard about the know, like, and trust factor, but is it really enough for clients to actually hand over their hard-earned money? Stay tuned as we discuss what really makes clients hire you. Welcome to Biz Success in 15. I'm your host, Cindy J, the Visibility Wiz, and I'm here to guide you as you step into who you are with outrageous confidence for more visibility, influence, and profits. You can get your visibility checklist at visibilitychecklist.com. Today we're going to be speaking about what really makes clients hire you. So first of all, you've all heard this saying, clients need to know, like, and trust you. And let's boil that down a little bit. First of all, they need to know you. How do they get to know you? Simply, they just know who you are. You're in their realm. They see your articles. They see your social media posts. They see your webinars or whatever. They see you. So now they know who you are. And just because they know who you are doesn't mean that they're ready to hire you. And this is why it's so important to nurture them so they actually can get to like and trust you. So knowing you is just they know who you are. They know your name. They've seen you. But they don't really know you intimately yet because they have to know you intimately to know if they like you or don't like you, right? But they know you and they are interested in the subject matter that you teach. They're interested in your niche. So therefore, they're going to download your free gift that you offer them so you get them on your list. So what your job is your job is to know their fears, their frustrations, their dreams, their desires, their aspirations. To me, one of the greatest compliments I can ever get is, wow, it's like you were in my head. You were talking directly to me. Because whenever you get that response, you know you're on to something. You know that you understand who they are. You understand your ideal client's fears, frustrations, their wants, their desires, their dreams. Okay? Whenever you know them, now you're starting to get them to know more about you to where they like you. They're like, wow, she understands me or he understands me. I want to know more about this person. Can this person really help me? I know they understand me, but can they really, really, really help me? So so now you've got the know factor and you have the like factor. But really and truly, with like too, a huge portion comes into play here. Because you're not the only person that teaches whatever it is that you teach. And information is so easily available to all of us. If we want to spend the time and the effort, we can find the answers to anything ourselves. However, we want fast ways. We want people to help us. We want people that's already been there to guide us. We want people that understand us, right? So whenever they like you, what is it that they like about you? And now this is key because this is actually the number one reason why people hire you. It's your personality. They hire you because of your personality. They mesh with you. Just like in the dating world, you meet lots of people, but you may not want to date all of them. There's some people you sort of meet and may be interested in, or maybe you just have an instant dislike for them for some reason. This is life. This is who we are as people. So therefore, it's your personality that makes people really hire you. They hire you because they like who you are. They hire you because they believe that you can help them with their issues. It's again, so many people are like, really, your personality? Well, I have all these degrees and I have all this stuff. And I have been a coach since 2009, and I have only been asked one time about my credentials. Most coaches are going to tell you they're never asked about their credentials. So many times it's because we don't feel good within ourselves. We go after more credentials, more certificates, more and more and more. And then we list them all on our website. Look at me. Look at all these certificates and accomplishments that I've had. So hire me. And people are like, who cares? What's in it for me? What are you going to do for me? Big deal, you have all these certificates. What are you going to do for me? And people want to work with somebody they have a rapport with. I always say that people want real relationships with the people they work with. Just like back in the mid-1800s, people knew their doctors, their dentist, their horseshoer, their pastor, the general store owner. They were a community and they felt like they were a part of community and they knew each other intimately. And naturally, there are some people they didn't like, and they would steer away from them. And this is the way it is. The internet has brought so much opportunity to us for us to work with our most ideal clients and for our most ideal clients to be able to find us. 40 years ago, I would not have been able to coach somebody in England. And I do it today. I've had clients in England. I've had clients in Asia, and I've had clients in Switzerland. So I've had clients all over the globe. And whenever you have clients, you couldn't do this 40 years ago. But today we can. And people look and they're looking at the personality of people and they're like, do I really want to work with this person? So your personality. Because they could get the same information and the same help in so many other places. So what your 15-minute challenge is this week, if you choose to accept it, is to take 15 minutes to look at the past things that your clients have said about you, whether paid or unpaid. Could be friends. If you're just starting, maybe it's friends you've helped. Maybe it's coworkers. But start looking at what they are saying about you and write them down. I always encourage my clients to create a document. I like to call it love notes. So every time you get a compliment from somebody on social media, on email, or in person, anytime you get a compliment from one of your clients, your testimonials, jot them all down and keep them in your love notes. Because now, whenever you're having a bad time or maybe you have a hater out there, you can go look back on your love notes. It's going to lift your spirits. But for the purpose of this exercise, I want you to look at what people said and notice what they're saying about you. Most of the time, they're not saying, oh, I loved working with Mary because she's so knowledgeable. Nah. They're saying, I loved working with Mary because she's friendly, she's happy, she listens to me, right? These are why people are working with you. It's your personality. It's how you make them feel. Remember, I don't remember who said it, but there is a saying, people are never going to forget. They may forget what you said, but they're never going to forget how you made them feel. And that's why your personality is what people are going to attract your clients to you. So you don't want to hide your personality under a bushel. You don't want to hide your personality online. You want people to know who you are. You want your personality to shine. The first time I did this years ago, I sent out an email to about 40 of my clients. It was when I was a divorce coach. And one of the questions that I asked was, what made you decide to work with me? And this was a real eye-opener for me, because nobody said it was because I was so smart. Nobody said it was because I have helped lots of divorced people. Nobody said it was because I was divorced myself. They said things about my personality. They said it was because I was intuitive. They said it was because I was friendly. They said it was because I was easygoing. So these are my personality traits. And also they said it was because I told them the truth, even though it might hurt. But I told them the truth in a loving, nurturing way. Somebody actually used those words, right? So this is why people hire you. They don't hire you because of your knowledge. So if you're out there and you just keep talking about all this knowledge you have, you're going to be missing the mark. You need to talk about their fears, their frustrations, and their dreams and their desires. But you want your personality to shine as you help them. So definitely the like is one of the most important factors of the know, like, and trust, because they have to like your personality. Whenever they like you, it's easier for them to trust you. And definitely trust is huge, because people can know you and like you, but they may not trust you to solve their problems. And this is where the 5 characteristics that people are looking for in a coach before hiring them, which you can easily provide, but you really want to think about this. Number 1 is they want to be confident that the coach they hire can help them resolve their challenges. Now, they might absolutely love your personality, but if you're coming off with an energy that's desperate for money, oh, I have to get this client, I have to do this, or you're coming in with a low energy of like, oh, I had such a rough day today and this happened and that happened, right? Or you just had an argument with your husband. All these things might change your energy, and you may not seem as confident as you are. Or you may be suffering from the good old imposter syndrome, like, who am I to teach this? How can I help them? But know that you have knowledge other people don't have. And you need to be confident in the way you portray yourself. This is why I always say, step into who you are with outrageous confidence. And I do have an episode about how to be outrageously confident if you want to go back and look at it. But you want to be confident. You need to portray confidence, because people don't want to work with somebody that they don't see as confident. So even though they might love your personality, if you're not confident, you may lose the sale. Number 2, and this is really easy, and I'm sure all of you do this, but they want to trust that you're going to respect them and you're going to respect their confidentiality. They may be sharing really personal, intimate things with you, and they want to trust that you're going to respect them. They want to trust that you're going to hold up your end of the bargain. Number 3, they want non-judgmental environment. Can you provide that? You know, I have had people tell me often how they love it because I just accept them for where they are. And don't judge them for where they are or for what they do or their choices. If you start judging your clients, even if you're judging your clients mentally and you never say a verbal word, it's going to come out energetically. And by the same token, let's put a twist on that. You also want your clients to have a non-judgmental environment with you. And this is why it's so important that you know who your ideal client is and you choose to only work with your ideal clients. Many of you have heard my story where I had this client. She yelled at me every week because of the way I pronounced woman and woman. I say I was a very confused child. My mother was from New York. My father was from the South. Growing up with these 2 distinct accents, I think it made it very hard for me to learn to talk. I went through speech therapy throughout the 7th grade. So every time she would yell at me, it would bring up all these old feelings of like I wasn't good enough, I wasn't smart enough. Oh my God, I can't pronounce words right. This is horrible. And I would hang up and I would cry. And I really was thinking about quitting coaching because I was thinking, this isn't for me. I cannot handle somebody being mean to me about the way I'm pronouncing words whenever I try so hard to pronounce them correctly. And then my coach told me, you can fire her. I go, really? I can fire my client? I was all excited. Yay, I get to fire my client. I did fire her. It was a mutual thing. I said, I don't think that we're meant for each other. I would, like to let you go, and I want you to go find a coach that you can really benefit from and learn from. Because she was so hung up on my pronunciation, I could not help her. Because she was too hung up on what she didn't like about me versus what I could help her with. And so you want that non-judgmental environment to go both ways. because you are human, just like the rest of us. The fourth thing that your ideal clients are looking for is they want to feel heard. So you know, it's a skill that you probably already have, otherwise you wouldn't have decided to be a coach. But they want to feel heard. Whenever people just can sit there and talk in a non-judgmental environment, and they're trusting that what they're saying isn't going to go anywhere, and they believe that you can help them resolve their challenges, this helps them feel heard. And this is something that all of us want. We have this deep need to feel heard and to feel understood. And the number 5 is they want to be challenged. They don't just want to be, oh yes, I understand, sweetie. Just go stand over there, go sit down and meditate for 5 minutes and you're going to feel all better. Nah, that's not challenging them. You want to challenge them with their thinking, so they move forward. Challenges help us move forward in life. So you challenge them to think differently. Just as Einstein said, you cannot solve a problem with the same type of thinking that created the problem. So you want to challenge them to think differently, to be differently. And really and truly, to sum it all up, what people want is they want a coach that supports them, empowers them to think, strategize, and create meaningful change in their lives. So be sure to tune in next week for another episode of Biz Success in 15. Meanwhile, I encourage you to step into who you are with outrageous confidence for more visibility, influence, and profits. And remember to visit Visibility Checklist to grab your visibility checklist today. Big hugs. Bye-bye.